Who in America will the president be speaking to as he addresses the elite in Davos?
I think that he's really going to be focused on two audiences domestically. First and foremost, workers, the coalition of folks that really got out in states like Michigan and Wisconsin and to some extent Western Pennsylvania to put him over the edge and get him in the White House. But also Republican leadership, because this is an administration that has really put the focus, Tom, on trade in the past month and a half. And as there are a couple of new decisions that he's going to have to make on NAFTA, for example, in the next couple of weeks. And in just a couple of days when he returns, of course, he sparked some new headlines about the Mueller investigation. But in just a couple of days, he gives what is technically his first State of the Union address early next week.
I was going to go to that later, but let's rip up the script, Kevin. You know we can do that and do it now. The president that comes to Davos, is he a completely distracted president by those investigations of Mr. Mueller?
Well, I think the comments that he made before touching down in Davos are really what a lot of folks are going to be focusing on. And a lot of the media coverage this morning is going to be focused on how he said that he can't wait to sit down with Robert Mueller's investigators. Now, his attorney releasing a statement just after that saying that he was just speaking very quickly, trying to distance him from his client, the President of the United States, from those comments. But it's absolutely sure that this investigation and the Mueller probe is nearing that, and the back channel discussions between the president and the Mueller investigators has been going on for quite some time.
Kevin, will the Mueller investigation only focus on the president's ties with Russia, or is there something else that's emerging? Yesterday, we were talking to a number of Russian CEOs, including the president or the CEO of VTB Bank, and I asked him whether he was being invited to this evening's Trump party, where he's inviting about 150 CEOs, we understand. And he looked at me horrified and said, no, I think Russian CEOs are toxic at the moment.
Yeah, I think the administration would view them as toxic as well, especially given the latest Treasury report about some of those Russian oligarchs, that they're questionable to say the least. Look, Francine, bottom line is that here in the halls of Congress, Republicans have been really pushing for the release of a memo to try to get more information about the FBI investigators over the past year, particularly their investigations into the Trump campaign during the campaign and whether or not they had political allegiances to Hillary Clinton. So you've noticed Republicans in the past week and a half really intensifying their efforts on that front. And the president and his legal team would like, to answer your question directly, would like to see it just focused on collusion because they don't think there was any, and they feel confident on that, and they've been frustrated that the investigation has gone beyond. On the flip side of that, Democrats, as well as to some extent a certain faction of the moderate Republican wing, are saying just to investigate everything and see what you come up with.